Hey y'all, have you ever seen the movie The Matrix? It's kind of an old school one, but the main idea is so powerful and still so relevant today. The main character, Neo, is offered a choice. He can take a blue pill and stay in a comfortable, simulated reality where everything feels normal but nothing is real. Or he can take a red pill, wake up to the truth of his world, and see reality for what it truly is, even if it's messy and hard. It's a huge decision, right? Stay asleep in a comfortable lie or wake up to a difficult truth. It sounds dramatic, but honestly, we face a similar choice every single day of our lives. We just might not see it as a literal pill. The world around us is constantly feeding us a blue pill reality. It tells us what to value, how to look, what to chase after, and what will supposedly make us happy. It's the endless scroll on social media that promises connection, but often leaves us feeling more alone. It's the pressure to succeed at all costs, to have the perfect life, and to hide our struggles behind a happy filter. This version of reality is designed to keep us comfortable, distracted, and asleep to what really matters. It promises satisfaction but delivers a shallow, temporary fix, leaving us always wanting more and never feeling truly fulfilled. It's an illusion, a matrix of our own, built on lies we start to believe are true. But then there's another option, it's the red pill. This choice is an invitation to wake up to something deeper, something real and lasting. This is the invitation Jesus offers us. He doesn't promise an easy, comfortable life. In fact, he often promises the opposite. He promises truth. He promises freedom. He promises a reality that is grounded not in what the world says, but in who God is. Choosing Jesus is like taking that red pill. It's a decision to unplug from the world system of lies and distractions and to plug into the source of all truth, life, and love. It's a choice to open your eyes and see the world and yourself the way God sees you. So the big question is, which pill will you choose? It's a choice you have to make for yourself, and you make it not just once, but over and over again. Every morning you get to decide if you're going to swallow the world's blue pill of temporary comforts and illusions, or if you're going to take the red pill of Jesus' truth, which leads to real, authentic, and abundant life. It's the most important decision you'll ever make, because it determines the very reality you live in. Are you ready to see how deep the rabbit hole goes? Let's explore what it means to choose the red pill and follow the way of the master. When we think about learning something new, like a sport or a musical instrument, we don't just want a teacher who gives us a textbook. We want a coach, a mentor, a master, someone who has not only perfected the craft, but lives it out. Think about martial arts. A student doesn't just listen to a sensei's lectures, they watch their every move, mimic their form, and commit to the discipline of the dojo. The goal isn't just to know what the master knows, but to become like the master. This is the kind of relationship Jesus invites us into. He isn't just a wise teacher with some good ideas, he is the master. Jesus himself warned about following someone who doesn't truly know the way. In Luke chapter 6 verse 39 he says, "Can a blind man lead a blind man? Will they not both fall into a pit?" This is such a powerful image. If we follow the world's advice, the blind leading the blind, we're all just going to end up in a ditch together, confused and lost. But Jesus is the one who can see perfectly. He knows the path because he is the path. Following him means we're not just getting instructions, we're getting a guide who walks with us, shows us the way, and has already conquered every obstacle we could ever face. He is the ultimate master of life. This idea of discipleship, of being a student of a master, is all about closeness and imitation. It's about spending time with him, listening to his words so often that they become a part of you, and watching how he lives so you can learn to live that way too. The Gospels, especially Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, are our dojo. They are the training grounds where we get to see the master in action. John even tells us at the end of his book that Jesus did so many other things that, if they were all written down, the whole world couldn't contain the books. That just shows how much there is to learn from him. So, as we start this journey, let's shift our mindset. We're not just enrolling in a class called Christianity 101, we are signing up to be apprentices to the greatest master who ever lived. This isn't about memorizing facts for a test, it's about transforming our entire lives from the inside out. It requires commitment, discipline, and a willingness to be shaped by him. It means showing up to the dojo every single day, ready to learn, ready to practice, and ready to be changed. Are you ready to become a student of the master? In many Bibles, the words that Jesus himself spoke are printed in red ink. These are often called the red letters. Think of these red letters as the purest form of the red pill. This is the truth, straight from the source. It's unfiltered, direct, and cuts through all the noise and confusion of the world. When we read the words of Jesus, we are getting a direct download of reality from the one who created it. This is where we find our instructions for how to live, how to love, and how to see the world as it truly is. The blue pill offers opinions and trends, but the red letters offer eternal, unchanging truth. The world's blue pill distractions come in so many forms. They are the worries about what we will eat or wear, the chase for money and possessions, and the constant fear of not being good enough. These things are designed to keep our eyes on the temporary and the trivial, but Jesus speaks directly to these anxieties. In Matthew chapter 6 verses 25 to 34, he tells us not to worry about our lives, pointing to the birds of the air and the lilies of the field as examples of God's faithful provision. This is a red pill moment. It wakes us up from the illusion that we are in control and reminds us to trust our loving Creator. Hebrews chapter 12 verses 1 and 2 gives us the perfect strategy for how to live out this red pill reality. It tells us to throw off everything that hinders, and the sin that so easily entangles, and to fix our eyes on Jesus, the pioneer and perfecter of faith. The sin that entangles us, that's the blue pill. The lies, the distractions, the worldly values that trip us up. The solution? We have to actively throw it off. And how do we do that? By fixing our eyes on Jesus. It's about focus. When we are looking at the Master, we are less likely to be distracted by the illusions all around us. He is our focal point, our true north. Living by the red letters means we are intentionally choosing to build our lives on the solid rock of His words, not the shifting sand of the world's opinions. It's a daily decision to open our Bibles and let His truth wash over us, to let it challenge our perspectives, and to let it shape our actions. It's not always easy. Sometimes His words are challenging and ask a lot of us. But they always lead to freedom in life. The red letters are our guide to unplugging from the matrix and stepping into the real, abundant life God has for us. In a world that tells you your truth is your truth and all paths lead to the same destination, Jesus makes a statement that is incredibly bold and exclusive. In John chapter 14 verse 6 he says, "I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." This isn't just one option among many, it's a declaration of ultimate reality. He's not saying He shows the way, He's saying He is the way. He's not saying He tells the truth, He's saying He is the truth. He's not saying He gives life, He's saying He is life itself. This is the core of the red pill. This claim might seem narrow to a world that celebrates endless options. The blue pill philosophy is that you can mix and match beliefs to create a spiritual path that feels good to you. It's a custom-built reality, which is the very definition of an illusion. But Jesus presents a different reality. He is offering us the one and only path that leads back to God the Father. It's not about excluding people. It's about providing the one, true, guaranteed way home. Imagine you're lost in a vast wilderness, and a guide appears who knows the only safe trail out. You wouldn't accuse them of being narrow-minded. You'd be incredibly grateful for the clear direction. Following Jesus as the way means our journey has a clear direction and purpose. We are not just wandering aimlessly through life, hoping we end up somewhere good. We are on a path with a specific destination, a close, intimate relationship with our Creator. Knowing Jesus as the truth means we have an anchor in a sea of confusion and lies. We have a standard by which we can measure everything else we hear and see. And embracing Jesus as the life means we experience a vitality and fullness that the world can't offer. It's a spiritual life that starts the moment we believe and lasts for eternity. This is why just reading about Jesus isn't enough. We have to follow Him. It's an active, daily walk. It's about aligning our steps with His, letting His truth become our truth, and drawing our life from His. The Gospels, especially the book of John, are the best place to get to know this way, truth, and life. As you read, don't just see it as a story. See it as an invitation to walk with Him, to ask Him questions, and to let His reality become your reality. He is the only one who can lead you out of the matrix and into the presence of the Father. Imagine, for a moment, a martial arts student learning a new, really difficult hold. At first, their grip is weak and their opponent can just easily break free. The master shows them again and again, correcting their form, telling them to hold on tighter, to persevere through the discomfort. The student has to keep practicing, building their strength and endurance until they can maintain the hold, even when they're tired and under pressure. Following Jesus is a lot like that. He tells us in John chapter 8, verses 31 and 32, "If you hold to my teaching, you are really my disciples. Then you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free." That word hold is, honestly, so important. It's not a passive thing. It implies effort, determination, and perseverance. Holding on to Jesus' teaching means we don't just hear it once and forget it. We actively grip it, meditate on it, and refuse to let it go, especially when challenges come. The world, the flesh, and the devil, the agents of the matrix, are constantly trying to break our hold on the truth. They'll whisper lies, create distractions, and tempt us with easier, more comfortable paths. They want us to loosen our grip and slip back into the illusion. There will be days when holding on feels downright impossible. You'll face doubts, you'll mess up, and you'll feel like you're just not strong enough. This is where, honestly, the discipline of a disciple comes in. It's in those moments that we have to grip even tighter. This is why daily time in the Bible is not just a nice suggestion, it's our spiritual workout. Reading the words of Jesus in John and Matthew actually strengthens our grip. Praying and asking for the Holy Spirit's help is like the master guiding our hands and adding his strength to ours. We are not expected to do this on our own. The promise attached to this perseverance is incredible. The truth will set you free. This isn't a one-time event, but really a continuous process. The more we hold on to his teachings, the more we understand the truth. And the more we understand the truth, the more we are liberated from the things that used to control us. Fear, anxiety, sin, and honestly, the approval of others. Freedom isn't the absence of rules, it's being bound to the right thing. When we are bound to Jesus and his truth, we are set free from everything else. So, keep holding on, your strength will grow and your freedom will become more and more real. If the red pill is truth, then the ultimate expression of that truth is love. In a world that is often driven by selfishness, division, and hate, genuine, selfless love is the clearest sign that someone has unplugged from the matrix. The Apostle Paul gives us the ultimate definition of this love in 1 Corinthians 13. He says that even if we have incredible faith, perform miracles, or have all the knowledge in the world, if we don't have love, we are nothing. Love is the final exam. It's the proof that we are truly disciples of the Master. Now, this isn't the kind of love that the world talks about. The world's blue pill love is often a feeling, a temporary attraction, or something you give to get something in return. It's conditional and self-serving. But the love described in the Bible, the Greek word is completely different. It is patient and kind. It doesn't envy, it doesn't boast, it is not proud, it is not rude, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, and it keeps no record of wrongs. This love is a choice, an action, a commitment to seek the highest good for others, no matter what. This love is the very nature of God, and because Jesus is God, his entire life was a demonstration of this love. He loved the outcast, healed the sick, and ate with sinners. His ultimate act of love was dying on the cross for us while we were still his enemies, like it says in Romans 5 verse 8. This is the standard, this is the goal. As we hold to his teachings and are set free by the truth, the natural result is that this kind of love begins to grow in our hearts and flow out through our actions. Truth and love are inseparable. You can't have one without the other. Truth without love is harsh, and love without truth is just empty sentiment. So, how do we live this out? It starts in our daily interactions. It's choosing to be patient with a difficult family member. It's forgiving a friend who hurt you. It's serving someone without expecting anything in return. It's speaking the truth, but always with gentleness and respect. This is why Christian community is so important. We need each other to practice this. In a small group or with trusted friends, we can encourage each other, hold each other accountable, and be the hands and feet of Jesus to one another. Love is the uniform of a disciple of Christ. It's how a watching world will know that we have chosen the red pill. When Neo first wakes up from the Matrix, he is in a dark, terrifying world he doesn't understand. Everything he thought was real is gone. The journey into truth can sometimes feel like that, disorienting and a little scary. But the incredible thing about the red pill of Jesus is that it doesn't just wake us up to a dark reality, it wakes us up to the light of the world. The Gospel of John begins with one of the most profound statements ever written. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Through him all things were made. In him was life, and that life was the light of all mankind. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. That's in John chapter 1, verses 1 through 5. Let's just sit with that for a second. The Word is Jesus. Before anything existed, he was there with God, and he God. He is not just a part of creation, he is the creator of everything you see and everything you don't. The stars, the mountains, the oceans, and you. All of it was spoken into existence through him. When we choose to follow Jesus, we are not just following a good man or a wise prophet, we are choosing to align ourselves with the very power that created the universe. The architect of the matrix has no power over the architect of reality itself. This changes everything. The darkness of the world, the sin, the suffering, the confusion can feel overwhelming. It's the darkness of the blue pill illusion which tries to convince us that this is all there is. But John 1 verse 5 gives us a promise that is an anchor for our souls. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. The darkness can't win, it can't put out the light. No matter how dark things get in our lives or in the world, the light of Jesus is more powerful. When we bring him into our struggles, his light exposes the lies and brings hope and clarity. This is why becoming a follower of Jesus is described as being born again. That's John 3 verse 3. It's like our eyes are being opened for the first time and we are finally seeing the light. John 1 verses 9 through 13 explains that Jesus, the true light, came into the world he created, but the world didn't recognize him. But to all who did receive him, to those who believed in his name, he gave the right to become children of God. This isn't something we are born with or can earn. It is a gift. It's an invitation to step out of the artificial darkness of the matrix and into the real, brilliant, life-giving light of the Creator. Deep down, every single one of us is searching for something real. We are wired for purpose, meaning, and connection. This is a God-given desire. As Psalm 42 verses 1 and 2 say, "As the deer pants for streams of water, so my soul pants for you, my God. My soul thirsts for God, for the living God." We have a soul thirst that the temporary, blue pill solutions of the world can never ever quench. We can try to fill that thirst with success, relationships, experiences, or possessions. But it's like trying to fill our cup with a fire hose of sand. It's busy, it's messy, and it leaves us thirstier than before. God knows this about us. He designed us this way. He didn't create us and then leave us to stumble around in the dark, hoping we might find him. The Bible tells us that he is not far from any one of us. In Acts 17 verses 26 through 28, Paul explains that God determined the exact times and places where we should live so that they would seek him and perhaps reach out for him and find him. Think about that. Your existence, right here, right now in 2025, is part of God's plan to draw you to himself. He is actively reaching out to you, orchestrating circumstances to get your attention. The invitation to seek him is one of the most consistent themes in the entire Bible. Jesus says it so simply in Matthew 7 verses 7 and 8. "Ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and the door will be opened to you." This is not a trick or a riddle. It's a straightforward promise from the Master. If you are genuinely searching for truth, for God, for reality, if you start asking, seeking, and knocking, he will answer. He wants to be found. The search itself is part of the journey of unplugging from the matrix, as it forces us to admit that what we have now isn't enough. This search is confirmed by one of the most hopeful promises in all of Scripture, found in Jeremiah 29, verses 11 through 13. "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Then you will call on me and come and pray to me, and I will listen to you. You will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart." The condition is that we seek him with our heart. A half-hearted search for the red pill won't work. We have to want the truth more than we want the comfort of the illusion. When we do, he promises he'll be there. Choosing the red pill isn't a one-and-done decision. It's a lifestyle. It's a commitment we renew every single morning when we wake up. Living the red pill life means we intentionally choose Jesus' truth over the world's lies in the big and small moments of our day. It's about building habits that keep us connected to the Master and grounded in reality. It's a conscious effort to live differently, to love differently, and to see differently. It's about being in the world, but not being of the world. So what does this actually look like in a practical way? First, it means prioritizing time with the Master. You can't follow someone you don't listen to. Make a plan to read your Bible every day, even if it's just for a few minutes. Start in the Gospels like John or Matthew. to focus on the red letters. Talk to God in prayer throughout your day, not as a formal ritual, but as an ongoing conversation with someone who loves you. Ask him for wisdom, for strength, and for his perspective on the situations you're facing. This daily connection is your lifeline. It's how you download truth and fight off the influence of the Matrix. Second, you can't do this alone. Neo had Trinity and Morpheus. We need a crew too. Find other believers who are also trying to live the red pill life. Join a small group at your church, start a Bible study with a few friends, or find a mentor you can be real with. This is your support system. These are the people you can pray with, be accountable to, and do life with. We need each other to remind us of the truth when we start to believe the lies, to encourage us when we want to give up, and to celebrate the freedom we find in Jesus together. Finally, live it out. The truth you're learning is not meant to stay inside your head. It's meant to transform how you live and love. Be the person who shows radical love to the people around you. Forgive freely, serve humbly, speak truth with kindness. Let the peace and hope you have in Jesus be visible to a world that is desperate for it. Every day is a new opportunity to choose the red pill, to fix your eyes on Jesus, hold on to his teaching, seek him with your whole heart, and love others as he has loved you. This is the way of the Master. This is the path to real freedom and abundant life. Let's walk it together.